Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with us this Thursday morning, September 2nd, here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping you become financially independent by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading tools and our best in the business one-on-one personalized training, which we believe is the only way to kind of master currency trading. So with us, you've got a friend and mentor in the business. On this session, we will use two of the many signals that the indicators have. The signals we'll be using, or I'll be using, is something called the 10-point trade. And then toward the top of the hour, we will see if we can also do a thick orange line trade. These signals are a little different than the ones if you're in the light program that we do, but it's just one of the many benefits of continuing with the training after the light program. With that, we need to, as we start, we need to listen to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We do a number of these live trade sessions. The yellow part of the chart is what's available to lights. The green part of the chart is what's available to members. For the lights, tonight you've got an intro to coaching at 10 p.m. For the members, a little later this morning at 10 a.m., we've got the MIT trade. And this evening at 10 p.m., you've got the AIT trade. So you have numerous opportunities to watch good traders trade live. You get better by watching somebody who's good at it do it and explain it to you, in addition to the one-on-one training. I trade off of a checklist that helps keep me focused. I start by making sure everything is live. I've already done that. Good practice in order to get better. We set a course, we have an objective, but we need to kind of have a circle to that, in that we need to see that we're moving in the right direction. So on the trading, if you've made a trade that didn't go as you planned it, you need to go back and figure out why. I recommend in the beginning taking a screenshot when you take the trade, and then you can review it with the coach to get feedback as to what was wrong with the trade. This week, we have taken the trades we've taken in the live trades, both closed on Monday evening. We took a thick orange line trade, and the same on Tuesday. And then if you've been following the daily kind of recommended trade that I send out every night, all of those have closed profitably. So we are technical traders. As technical traders, that means we are trading based on the price movement of the currency. Currency moves up a little bit, moves down a little bit, and our tools are very good at picking up where the turns are and when it's going to move up and when it's going to move down. News also impacts that. So one of the things we like to do is take a look at what the upcoming news is for the day so we can trade around it. And one of the good places to find that news, not the only place, but is Forex Factory. Forex Factory nicely packages the news items into low impact, which is the yellow folders, medium impact, which is the orange folders, and high impact, which is the red folders. Right now, we've got no red folders coming up until tomorrow morning on the US dollar. So we've got kind of clear sailing the rest of today. So let's see what we've got. Now we will go into our technical analysis on the 10-point trade. I'm going to start with this middle chart. You all have this chart in your folders, the light 6 majors. I call it the composite chart because it's showing us 6 different currency pairs. In this case, all with one of the pairs being the dollar, and on a 1-hour candle. And I start with the majors and minors, and I am looking for situations where we're either overbought, we're above the blue line, or oversold below the red line. When we are overbought, that is a opportunity to sell because the market's going to start coming back. When we are oversold, that is an opportunity to buy. And then what I'm looking for is what's the right time to take that trade. So, and the majors and minors will give me that when I see these lines all pointing down, that's the beginning of a signal that it's a good time to buy. So right now on the Australian USD, you got the majors kind of coming down and the minors going up. So I don't have agreement. I want to have agreement. The more items I can get to agree with the signal, the higher the chance of making a winning trade. And I don't mean many winning trades. Yesterday I only took 3 trades. But with just a few winning trades, if I can be picky and find that signal, I'm going to make some money. So the key is having the patience to see the signal set up. And we're going to teach you numerous signals when you get into coaching, and you're going to find 2 or 3 that resonate with you, and those will be we'll set up a trade plan, and those will which you'll trade off of. Here, Euro USD overbought, and they're still going up, I don't like to take a buy trade when we're overbought. In fact, this morning when I first got up at 5, the trade from last night hadn't closed. It was positive, but it hadn't closed. And what I ended up doing is I pulled up my stop loss to bring it up to break even because we had we were right around here. And it ended up pushing up and closing, but I hedged my bet because we were already overbought and we were positive, but it hadn't closed, and I didn't want to take the chance of a pullback and then dealing with a negative trade. Pound dollar, we are overbought. Majors are coming down, which are the red and green lines. Minors are coming down, which are the black and gray lines. And we've got the double cross, where the red has come over the green and the black has come over the gray. I like this. The red and green, the majors are the green line is pretty steep here, and these are reasonably clumped together. The tighter these lines are, the stronger the signal. And just even as we're talking, it's almost halfway. So let's go up, and if I have all 3 here, I'm going to pop up the TNTs and see what they tell me if they're supporting what I'm seeing here. So I've got the 2 orange lines going down. So that's telling me down. And the two blue lines, the blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means down. The two blue lines are going up. So it's telling me sell also. So all four of these lines are telling me sell. So I want a minimum of 3. So I've got all 4. So I've got 4 here and 3 here. I'm going to go down to the pressure. And right now we've got strong up pressure. Ideally, I'd want the pressure going down. But we have the red line has crossed over. So red is on top. I get a point for red on top. I want to have at least 1 here. So I have 8 points here. With 8 points, that tells me I have a good trade setup. When I have a good trade setup, the next thing I want to do on my analysis is I want to find out where the support and resistance is and what the trend is. So to do that, I am going to open up a clean chart. And let's see if I've got it already here. Pound, dollar, I don't. So I'm going to take this existing chart and put in pound USD. And I am going to pull it, scrunch it up. Now, support and resistance, we don't really teach you that when you are doing the light. But basically, what support and resistance is situations where the candles seem to naturally stop. So I'm going to drop in a line and see if I can find a spot where the candles naturally stop. And if we take a look, it's stopping right in here, stopped right in here, it stopped in here, over here, over here, over here. And I want to know where these spots are because when I am trading, I don't want to trade through these spots because what's going to happen is there's been kind of a buying and selling that's been built up at these spots. So when the price gets here, it will hesitate, and it may take a little bit before it goes through the spot. So if I know where those spots are, I can trade around it. On the euro dollar, and this isn't the euro dollar, they tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart on that 1 hour chart. So again, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. See, there's a bunch of spots where we're getting this. I want to go one above and one below. So right in here, in here, in here, over here. Let's get one more above. All right, right in here, it's bouncing. It bounced a little bit in here, over here, a little bit over here. All right, so we've got it. So now I want to kind of pull it back out. So, oops, so that I can see it a little better. And what is the trend? What is the trend? Well, over the last week, we're trading into an uptrend. The reason I want to know what the trend is that it helps me decide how many pips I want to take. Part of this is kind of art, part of it is science. So when if I'm taking a buy trade into an uptrend, I am going to take a little bit more in terms of how many pips I'm going to take versus if I am trading against the trend. So I'm trading into a buy trend. I want to know how many pips I've got to either of these lines. So I'm going to take my measurement tool And going down, I've got 24 pips till I hit this line. And going up, I have 6-7 pips almost. You can see it up in the middle of the chart up here. So I'm seeing how many pips I've got in either direction. It's probably a little bit more because I'm a little bit off there. So 24 pips down, 7 pips up. So with that, I want to now take a look at the full chart. So when I say full chart, what I am talking about is the chart that shows me the one pair, but over multiple time periods. So here's a minute chart, a 30-minute chart, a 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, and a day chart. So I'm going to change this to the pound dollar. So here is the 1-hour candle that we were looking at. And just out of curiosity's sake, I want to, it's a little bit different. I will send that in because it should be the same. So we still have the same signal, overbought, 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines coming down, and the pressure, the red is crossed over. What I am looking for now is I want support that the move is going to be down. And the way I get that support is I'm going to look at the 2-hour chart, and I'm going to look to see that the majors and minors are overbought. I don't necessarily care as much if the lines are pointing down, but I want to see them overbought. And the reason I want to see them overbought is because if they're overbought, it'll eventually be going down. The setup might not be there quite yet, but I have the setup here on the 1-hour chart. So if I was oversold on the 2-hour chart, well, one chart's telling me I'm overbought, the other chart's telling me I'm oversold. There's not consistency there. And then when I look on the 4-hour chart, I am also overbought. So that is telling me that if it's overbought, it will eventually come down. So I have support on the 4-hour chart. In fact, on the 4-hour chart, I've got weak up pressure with red on top, which I like. On the 2-hour chart, the lines on the pressure are converging. They're getting closer together. So in another hour or so, I will expect this red line, since the lines are coming closer together, I would expect the red line to cross over and be like this, what we have on the 1-hour chart. So with these three, I like what I'm seeing. On the day chart, I don't put as much stock into it because we still have another 12 hours, 11 hours for this to finalize, but it is overbought too with weak up pressure. So I like this signal. So I like the trade. Now the question is, what's it worth? We're trading against the trend. We're going to take a sell trade. So I am not going to take that full 24 pips. I might take come on. I think we'll go down to about here. Come on. We're going to take about 10 pips. There seems to be some natural stopping right in here. So we will take 10 pips. So let's go to our MetaTrader 4. We're going to find the pound dollar. I already have it open. If you don't have it open, go to File, New Chart. Pound dollar is usually in this top group. If it's not in the top group, go to the next group or the next group. I am going to go to the second row and click New Order. I'm going to confirm the symbol is correct. My volume is going to be a function of how much I have in my account. And if we go and look, this is a demo account. It's got $11,000 in it. So I am going to move the decimal spot over 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes the volume should be 1.1, my lot size. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or the take profit right now. I just want to get the trade in there. So I'm going to click Market Execution, and it's going to be Sell by Market. So it records the trade. If I click anywhere along the recorded line below, if I right click, it'll highlight it in blue, and I can go up to modify. So now I can add my take profit in here. So we are going to go for 10 pips. 10 pips is 100 points. This tool allows us to kind of calculate what the take profit should be. So if I put in 100 up here and click the blue button, it calculates the take profit. We're going to use a 4-to-1 for right now, but I'm going to go back and take a look. So I'm going to put a 400 or 40 pip stop loss. But when I place the trade, and I'm going to go over this number in a second, but I just want to go back and I want to see where the support and resistance are. I generally like to go 2 support and resistances away. So here's one support and resistance. Here is another support and resistance because I don't want to get taken out. So to be above this support and resistance, this is at 138. You can see the number over here, 138.082. So I want to be a few pips above that, above 138.082. So let's say 138.08, 138.10 puts 2 pips above that. So 138.10. So let's go back. 138. So this has actually put us quite a bit above that. We're at 1383. So I'm going to just leave it there. If you want to be a little more conservative and use a smaller stop loss, you could change this to the stop loss to 138.10. We've got it at 138.30, so we're 20 pips above that. Using the 10-point trade, we took a sell on the pound dollar with a take profit at 1.37807, 1.37807, with a stop loss of 1.38306. 1.38306. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's see if we can find a thick orange line trade. So with the thick orange line trade, I am going to I am focusing on what so this is a different signal. It's got different parameters in terms of figuring it out. This is a little scalp trade. By a scalp trade, I mean we're just taking a small amount of pips. And the way this one works is it is looking for a situation where we're going to get a little snap right at the top of the hour, and we're going to try to catch that snap for 5 pips. So we are looking for situations where this number here, the thick orange line number, is either 0 or 10. And when it's at 0, it is telling us that it believes there's no more down in the movement. When it's at 10, it is telling us it believes there's no more up in the movement. So if there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to take a sell. If there's no more down in the movement, it's a good time to take a buy. But again, the trick to being good at this is having that high consistency rate. So I want something else that supports what I'm seeing here with the thick orange line. And what that support is where are the major and minor lines? So if this is telling me there's no more down in the movement, and this is at 0.4 right now, so it needs, when I said 0 or 10, it can be within 1 point of either end. So 0.4 is within 1 point. You can see it's gone back to 0. I want the support to see where the major and minor lines are. So if this is at 0, I want all of these lines down here well below the red telling me overbought. I don't have that right here. Don't have it yet. So with that, I'm going to pass. In fact, we've been at 0 the last 3 hours. Let's keep going. 8.7, that's not 0 or 10. 2.7 isn't 0. All right, I have a 10 here on the USD Canadian, and it's been there for the last hour. When I go down to get support, my green line is above the blue. The red line is just touching it. This isn't high enough up. I want to see these lines way above the blue, like closer to what we're seeing here on the Euro USD. I like to see them way up here. These are just touching. So I'm not going to get that snap that I'm looking for. Dollar Swiss franc, 8.8, not close enough. USD JPY, 0.87. 0.87 is between 0 and 1. So I have that piece of it. And I do have the lines well below. Specifically, in fact, the miners have started to turn and go up. I am not as concerned with the minors as I am the majors, and the majors are way down here. So I like this. We took one of these last week and we got burned because the minors were up into the channel. These are still below the red line, so I'm gonna say this is okay. So I like this trade, 0.82. With these lines down here. So this trade is good for 5 pips. I don't have to do any analysis on it. We know it's good for 5 pips. And we always use a 4-to-1 stop loss because this trade is right about 90% of the time. So if we win 9 trades for 5 pips, we're ahead 45 pips. And if we lose one for 20 pips, we take the 20 away from the 45. So we're still ahead 25 pips at the end of the day. So I like this setup, USD JPY, and we want to take this when there's less than 5 minutes in the hour, and we got 44 seconds. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to look for my USD JPY, which is right here. If you don't have it, again, go to File, New Chart, and open it. I am going to do New Order. Again, check my symbol, check my volume, 1.1. I can have 2 trades going with this formula. So what did we say that was? It was a sell. So market the sell. Once it's in, I am going to modify my stop loss and take profit. In this case, it's going to be 5 pips, 50 points, and 200 points, which is 20 pips. I click the little arrows, and I like to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I'm going to look at the number I got in at 109.966. I want to go to 109.91. So I'm going to just modify this 916 because I want to get the full 5 pips. So on this second trade, we took a sell using the thick orange line. Our take profit was 109.916, 109.916, with a stop loss of 110.169, 110.169. On this trade, some traders, not me, like to actually wait to see this number jump by 1. And it has, because we were at like 0.87 and it's gone to 6. So they want it to jump by at least 1. So if it got up into the 1 somewhere or 2, we know we're good. In this case, it jumped quite a bit. So I am going to expect this trade. What the heck? Oh, did we take it backwards? Let me. It should have been a buy. All right. Let us. No, wait a second. Yeah, this should have been a buy. My bad. Always go back and double check. Why was I thinking it was a sell? So now how are we going to correct this? Generally, the way we correct it is we're just going to close it. And I'm going to take the trade right now. So I'm going to just close that out, and we're going to re-execute the trade, new order. If you make a mistake, exit out, and I'm going to click buy, and I'm going to go for 5 pips. And we got in at 109.96, so we're going to go to 1. If I add 5 to the 98, so I'm going to go to 110.036. 110.036. That's close enough. I'm just going to leave it. All right, so we made a mistake on a trade. If you figure out you've made a mistake on a trade, just close the trade. Don't sit and wait and hope that it corrects itself. Just close the trade, take the loss, and move forward. So we took a buy. The coordinates are 110.034, 110.034 for the take profit. Stop loss is at 109.784, 109.784. So we took 2 trades today. One was to recap, one was a 10-point trade on the pound dollar with the take profit of 1.37807, 1.37807, and a stop loss of 1.38306. And then we took a thick orange line buy trade on the USD JPY with the take profit of 110.034 and a stop loss of 109.784. Monday is a holiday. It is Labor Day, so we will not be doing a trade on Monday evening. So we will see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 6:30 a.m. Have a great holiday. We are here to help. If you need anything, we will make you good traders. Reach out to me or whoever's coaching you, and we'll get you there. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Let's see if we get any questions. We do. Let's see. All right. One of you have noted that, hey, it should have been a buy. So thank you for pointing that out. When you see that I do that, because every once in a while I do that, you can turn your mic on and just say something to stop me, because I generally am not looking at I'm focused on kind of what's going on the trade versus what's going on in the chat. But thank you for pointing that out. And you're asking if there is a recording of this. Yes, there is. It's on the YouTube channel. And I don't know how to, let me see if I can find it. And well, it hasn't posted yet because we're still live. But if you go to the web page, at the top of the web page, there's a thing to click to the YouTube channel, and then it'll be in there. Or it's also on the Facebook page. The recording is also on the Facebook page, and there are links to get to both of those places. Actually, it's a little easier to find on the Facebook page than it is on the YouTube channel. Okay, so we will see you on Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.